Alright, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki... if only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about him, this seems like the kind of thing he'd know about.
Oh, you're...
Hey, what's with that face?
No. This is my first time coming...
So what, traveler?
Actually,
My teacher...
If you don't...
hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit of a deep dive for a first read?
Well, fair point. In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by taking a look at Akaba's latest essay draft.
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatarasuna. But in the end, apart from the...
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events.
So first this...
Yes, my thought...
Stop, Shaq!
This part's important. It just so happened, even back then.
Wait, so there are...
That's right!
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like...
Wow, yes. You really know your... Something then seems...
Kinda hard.
Sawada, you left out the...
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your mind.
Get to the point.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the Kabuki...
A puppet?
Aha! Judging by the looks on your faces,
No! Paimon just meant...
I agree. It does.
Oh, and please read... Sawada was encouraging me to follow his more creative... Oh, how about if I plug the holes in Sawada...
Wait! You're allowed to just make stuff up!
Akaba, look. Your teacher has researched this. Besides, if there...
good point.
We have some other stuff to do, so what?
All right, thank you. If...
Hey, so... That thing they were talking about, it has to do with the balladeer, doesn't it? Okay, then, after all, we could... If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many... Ah! Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by, over there. It looked like... The balladeer! No, it can't have been. He got locked up. Quick, let's catch up and see! Traveler, Paimon, Nahida! Bad news. Did he escape or...
Sure enough.
Hey! What are you doing in the sanctuary of Suristan? I know you must have a lot of It was my idea to set the balladeer free. A deal?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise? Or maybe... But if that's the case, why...
Don't flatter yourself. It was...
Ah, so if it were up to you, you'd finish the job?
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. But Paimon's worried about you, Nahida.
It's not every day you see people questioning the god of wit.
Don't you dare try... As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think...
Well, I for one.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. The balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong. Plus, he's a former harbinger with knowledge of many of the Fatui's sensitive secrets. Wait a second. Former? I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor...
Sometimes it's you using them. Other times, it's them using you. So as long as you have some value to offer... Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate...
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings.
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear. Don't you?
Yeah, obviously! Then let's put that discussion to the side for now. Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on...
All right.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch. Nahida, are you... Yes. I have my reasons for this decision. Yes. As I told you once before. Oh, yeah. Actually, that's... You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's details. It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. And since he was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he knows the amount of information, so I asked the balladeer to search... Exactly! I understand how things will go. Our minds have connected. As Sumeru's, if this deal with the balladeer hits my Paimon's still worried about this idea. Is there anything we can do to help? I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. It seems... In fact... I was going to ask you to supervise the balladeer on my behalf while he carries out the task I assigned. Even though he only has a fraction of... Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside. Great. Prepare yourselves. Wow! It looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are gentler. Guess that must be because Sumeru's at peace now.
Look at that. Hot on my...
Shut your beak, jailbird!
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards.
Sounds like a success. I need to be quite unlike anywhere else. Irminsol's inner region consists I know there are many grievances between...
Fine. Let's go.
Let's cut each other a little slack. Per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job... If there are no further... Or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ew! Ugh, the snark on this guy!
We can start now.
Irminsol access...
Is this a small set? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him! Wow! So this is the inside of Irminsol. Ooh. Paimon's...
Irminsol is closely inter... Pick your jaws up.
Why is it that
Lesser Lord Kusa...
Can you still...
Yes.
Permission granted.
Let's go.
Hey, so...
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if anything's possible.
These sapling things have spread out.
Those are all packets of information from inside Irminsol. Be careful not to touch them.
It looks the same in every direction. No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth. Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little? We're here.
What a
Lesser Lord Kusan,
Good, you made it.
ready when you...
Then please begin. Preparing to access...
The Balladeer's actually doing what Nahida...
The rest is up to you.
Will do.
Huh. For once, we're the one...
Traveler, Paimon. Yes, I've also invited...
Huh? What the... We can talk to each other inside our heads?
That's part of it. Plus,
Paimon's never tried this... So, Paimon's been wanting to...
as I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Perhaps today will be the day. Well done. So, You made contact with that part of it.
Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under that.
Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if...
Speaking of puppets, we ran into 2 people at the
If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono...
Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination. At least that's what they thought.
Oh? How interesting.
So the guessing...
Well...
Must be a riveting... Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation. Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
So, have you found...
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your...
Wait! How did you know about that? Didn't Ahita tell you?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few... Right now, we have to keep... Huh?
This light. It looks...
Anonymous did...
Hey! Don't you forget the
Shh!
Mr. Niwa, are you certain?
There's no one else who can enter the furnace.
Is that so?
Whoa!
I have been in Tatarasuna for some time now. You have shown me under your leadership, Tatarasuna is a war. As I understand, the Raiden showed the forging industry with crystal marrow as a rock. Skills, blood, dreams.
Yes, well, you allowed Akame to take all the credit for him, even now.
You flatter.
So you say, Escher.
My good sir, what do you mean?
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected. What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous, and recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth, and none of the people who went out to get help. But that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher?
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so...
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events. Namely...
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torichio, the yokai struck down by the shogun's own hand.
You're well informed on the subtleties...
Why, Mr. Niwa!
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And I'm in charge here.
Judging from the look in your...
Drop the act! We're past that now. I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by...
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment. A moment like this, where you finish talking and...
You...
I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well. It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them. And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity. And...
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person.
Whoever you're working for won't get away...
It's no trouble at all. If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity.
The Fatui?
Just to create a...
That's it?
Look how even the righteous... My device functions precisely as you say. It is easier for a... Make no mistake, even without...
He has nothing to prove to anyone.
What a beautiful way to see the world. think of me as a monster. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your Mr. Niwa? Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating... I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful...
Hey!
Dottore. Good.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine? But why did we see...
When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments,
Maybe so.
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the... You know very well what that means. Even more so than I.
Let's give him some space. He looks really mad. Paimon doesn't want to be anywhere near him right now.
We need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Paimon's still confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So,
Nobody has ever deceived you like that, so now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the cup. It was all a horrific experiment planned by of all the unwitting participants. After the event, the load was far beyond what the mechanic answered. Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left. The mechanic removed the withered heart from the device. The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet...
holy moly. So the doctor killed...
Yes.
Dottore, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Shall we see how he's doing? Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have... It won't.
Hey, aren't you...
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records...
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, the reason why there are records about your sister in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria. Plus, she only came to this world because the heavens respond.
The heavens...
The Jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your sister for it. I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. Did you get all that?
Yes.
Does this info count towards my mission? It was...
Very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine, I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, give me your hand. Can you hear my voice inside your head? No, I can't do it. So tell me, in this... Done.
Huh? What the? What?
Nothing. I was just... So long.
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again. From this day forth, the names Balladeer and those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve...
Hey! Balladeer!
You know, I never did like insects. But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone...
Balladeer! Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared. Oh no.
Oh,
Nahida!
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer. What happened?
It was the Balladeer's fault.
I didn't think he'd be capable of something. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or...
Where the heck did he go?
Don't be. It's not your We're running out of time. Follow my lead and get out of Irminsul.
We're out!
This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged, and nobody... I'm sorry, but...
An emergency?
Don't worry.
Her voice has gone. Paimon can't... He wants to change the past? But surely that's impossible. Right! You can't... It's like... Imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even if no one was there to see it, Ooh... Paimon... Huh? Ah! Sorry. Paimon accident... But erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that real? Uh-oh. Paimon's head is overheating from trying to understand what he's up to. And it's still not working. Ugh. Paimon's had it with that little brat. He's been nothing but trouble ever since we met him. There's no way he'll actually succeed, right? Otherwise, won't everyone who's connected to him be affected too? There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas on what we should do next? like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But, alright, Paimon will start. First, Andrean chili chicken, almond tofu, satisfying salad. Also, Adeptus Temptation, golden shrimp balls, triple layered consomme. What was Paimon supposed to be doing just now? Paimon was, talking? Is that a food too? Huh. Weird name, though. What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something? So, the balladeer is... Okay, sure. Where are we going? Huh? Fine by Paimon, but is everything okay? You're acting like this is an emergency.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Every journey has its final day. Don't rush. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth, and those that come across Liyue tend to stay a while, so it is where many things come to settle.
We made it to Amanoma Smithy!
Ah, it's been a while. Of course. Go ahead. Oh. Now there's a question I wasn't expecting. The once renowned Raiden Gokuden. The art of forging practiced by these 5, most of the great swordsmith clans of old, have since fallen into decline. And for a long time, only the Amenoma branch kept its art alive. But fortunately, Kaedehara Kazuha recently returned to Inazuma and took up the mantle of the Ishin art. Now, 2 clans remain of the original Gokuden 5. If my memory serves me right, you yourself were present when he forged the Ishin blade.
Oh, yeah, we were! Paimon remembers that now. We learned a bit about the decline of the Raiden Gokuden then, too. It seems like such a
That, my friends, is a tragic tale indeed. In fact, this was not made known to me for most of my life. All these years, I knew of those great clans' demise, but never the cause. Only recently, when the question was on my mind, did I ask Kaedehara Kazuha about this. He told me that, as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden Gokuden, it was right that I should know the truth. There is no harm in telling you, but I must warn you. It is a dark and sorrowful tale. The Raiden Gokuden were the targets of a murderous rampage by a vengeful bladesmith.
Vengeful? Why?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace. One brave swordsmith heard the commotion and chose not to flee. But Tatarasuna was home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day, and overseeing, knowing that they had just one chance to save countless lives. Mr. Niwa and the smith's death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes. His orphaned son was left to fend for himself. In his heart, the whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. He hated the almighty shogun for her apparent indifference towards his father's death, and he hated everyone who had done nothing to try and save him. Powerless and destitute, the only legacy he had to pass on to his children was his hatred. Generation after alas, if only the story could have ended there. But finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the... In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths. But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato clans, his killing spree came to an... That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin art survived that day. I suppose they were the lucky ones, under the dire circumstances.
Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
Kazuha? Why, yes. Just yes. My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other on to the next step. Lead the...
Okay. Unrelenting patience and the willpower to move mountains.
Every journey has its final day.
We're here!
Traveler! It's been a while. If you're looking for the Commissioner and Miss Kamisato,
Are they out?
the Commissioner is out on business, and Miss Kamisato is standing in for some meet.
What do you think? Shall we go in?
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it.
We'll be heading in then.
Hello, dears. Is that... Of course, travel. What would you like to know? Oh, they're both very well indeed. Lately, as for the Commissioner himself, well, you know.
So pretty much business as usual.
Very much.
Well, got any more questions?
You're very welcome. Miss Kamisato talks about you all the time. I must say, many things. I mean, whenever the Commissioner dines at home, Toma always... The Commissioner has such a busy schedule that he doesn't... They say it's because Toma is a much better chef. They get to talking about... Miss Kamisato occasionally joins them as well. It's been many years now as someone who is old. So... in the future, if you ever do have the time, wonderful.
Paimon's itching to try.
Of course.
Alright, goodbye for now. We're great. Goodbye, ma'am. Don't worry, we'll see you.
All right, then.
Oh, are you two leaving already?
Yep, everything's taken.
Very well.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth, and those that come across Liyue tend to stay a while. So it is where many things come to settle. Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory? Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see Liyue's tourist spots, I have a few references.
Something or someone?
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the Traveler and Paimon?
Xavier, what are you doing here?
I was in the general area, and now I'm in this specific area. There, that's me. So what about you two?
We have some questions and thought you might be able to help.
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here in some depth. If there's anything you want to know, just ask away. Like the back of my hand? Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times before. Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna years ago. They said it's all true, the history here. Oh, well, it's a long story, don't you know? The tale of Tatarasuna starts a long time ago. I'm told that its history as one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation goes back around 1,000 years. Still, the furnace has had a couple of serious maintenance issues along the way.
A couple? When exactly?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy to come and work on it either. There was a guy back then too. They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade. It seems like the technological collaboration between our two nations goes back a long way. How about that?
Hey! Weren't you gonna ask Tarisuna? Come on, ask already!
Oh, I didn't realize you two were here for a history lesson.
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into this one today. Feels like we've been preparing for a history exam or something.
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with a sudden burning desire for Sure, go ahead. A kabuki? I do know the word, but sadly, I've never... Of course!
Oh,
Oh, you're most welcome. Farewell.
looks like you got all the information you're looking for. Sure, but what's up with you today? Whatever it is, it seems like it's really troubling you. Keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. Hey, all right.
Hey, it's them!
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Indeed we are. If you have...
We have time.
It's the same topic we discussed last time.
Still looking for more info about Tatarasuna, huh?
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress. Huh?
I presume you'll want to read mine as well.
Well, what do you think?
Hey, Traveler, remember how...
What did you find out?
It's a long story.
Wow. So...
Well. So it... Ugh.
This new info...
Yes, okay.
And they're back at it.
Oh, so...
You're welcome.
Keep us in the loop if you find...
Will do.
traveler, Paimon.
Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest.
The balladeer? You look troubled. Is there... Traveler?
Hey, what's wrong? You look...
That's quite a... So, this puppet known as...
But...
How? As the traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Nevertheless, it...
So, you...
Yes. The traveler comes from a world beyond to that. That's why they're... So if there's anyone in the world...
Paimon's having a hard time.
I can only make inferences... Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share? It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had... Once the balladeer realized he couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if the story makes sense. The balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the doc. That power then enabled...
Yeah, it does. It just feels so
Please wait a moment. Found it. This should be the one. It turns out that I have a...
What is it?
A record from a personal collection. You should take a look.
Is this a fairy tale?
I authored this record myself.
Huh?
When combined with the traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory.
Hold on. So this record's...
Yes. Any information about the balladeer, changing the but Irminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance.
That's incredible!
And sending the traveler into Irminsul with this story is abstract, but if we connect... There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family day and night, and everyone treated it as one of their own. Once in a while, the monster would take off its fox fur at night and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection in the... But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten, carved from the wood of a white tree. The kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur. Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. The terrified animals panicked as the fire... A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. It said... The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire. The monster gave the heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided." The fire was extinct. The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away soon after. After burying the bird, the kitten left the mountain for good. Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. The kitten spent the nights wandering aimlessly, how it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, No one...
We solved it!
I remember now. This is not just the balladeer to become a god. He was experimented on. This memory was extracted from him by the scholar. Creating a deity was just the first step. I buried it deep inside one of my...
It's hard to believe that this person... Paimon has no memory of him at all. He completely...
The balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the... Before he vanished, he confirmed an important detail. That Conria was where your twin first came. We still don't know how the change to Irminsul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy.
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer. So the answer is not ever. When you give someone the to others looking on, never forget that, and that is what you have been doing.
Yeah, Nahita's right.
Good idea.
You got it. Come on. Let's go get a snack for one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar. That'll be sure to lift our spirits. It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help. What should we eat first? Hey, are you gonna answer or what? Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. Then we can get something to eat. What is it? Have you... Why'd you jump up all of us?
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look, here.
Hey! Hey, what?
You mean...
No, not you. That kid. Didn't you see? Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing out.
I wasn't paying close enough attention. I think you're right. Maybe it's the...
Who's that guy? You know him or something? He's who?
You're a strange one, kiddo. I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I'd pay anyone else. But if you keep...
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything.
You're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about. Look, we're all out of Sunsetias.
Leave it to me. I'll find some more.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, you don't want money.
That's right. We can talk more about that later. First...
Hey! What do we do now? Okay, stay out of sight.
Yeah.
Even though you say he's the bell... Oh,
This should be enough. Guess I should... Huh? You two over there. You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to... have we met? No, we haven't met. I have no recollection.
are you
Sorry, but I just can't take your word.
a puppet?
Huh?
You were right.
I guess you do know me after all. Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all... Okay, but please...
Are you really working for them?
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm. And he let me take
That's odd.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come...
Then let's return to this...
When will I be able to see Nilu perform again?
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade. It is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
When will I be able to see Nilu perform again? Super awesome!
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Super awesome! When will I be able to see Nilu perform again?
This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer.
Might be able to see Nilu perform again. Might be able to see Nilu perform again. Might be able to see Nilu perform again. Might be able to see Nilu perform again.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
Might be able to see Nilu perform again.
Here you go, boss.
Oh, you...
Something's come up.
I was just about to pay you anyway. Go wherever you...
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help... But look, it was pouring down. Imagine you and me for... But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even...
But I don't... No. Then I suppose this is where...
Don't mention it.
Thank you. All right, done.
Life is so dull here.
Get your spices here.
There are leaves around, and I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Time to go.
Nahida! Nahida! What's wrong? Huh?
Hello. I do apologize.
We found this guy in the street?
You say that you're trekking across Tevat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja. Why do you refer to yourself as a wanderer?
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. But these two claim that they know me.
I wouldn't call it the I don't like to rely on using terms like this often.
Oh, like a...
Yes, something far more
Okay, I have to... Oh, you want to tell me. But if it's that difficult to talk about, but I'll be able to handle it.
Is truth something you...
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. You nearly died because of what other people did. You drifted from place to place, never able to settle. Actions rooted in persistence, sometimes...
I gave everything I had. But it barely changed history at all.
In terms of the outcome alone, that's true.
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard. Each choice a person makes...
That is the nature of truth.
It seems like my previous incarnation. If we were enemies, why are you...
This is so frustrating! He's got so much to answer!
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god...
Yes, it's all true.
Please.
Even though it will cause your presence...
I'm just a pup.
Very well.
Wait, shouldn't...
Don't worry.
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on my...
Oh, good...
Understood.
Thank you.
No matter what lies ahead...
It's time to get ready.
This looks like...
Right now, these memories will show you...
Sounds like an immersive experience.
You don't need to do this for me.
We never give up halfway.
All right.
Wanderer.
Is that because this...
You could...
I hear foot...
This place is huge. I can't believe the... No, there's no... There's some... You're awake. What? Not a...
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichiyo's adopted son.
And the rest is history.
In the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by Nagamasa.
Let me get you out of here.
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor, disguised as a mechanic. The Balladeer, then known as the Kabukimono, as the second in command at Tatarasuna, responsibility for what had happened, but Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life. At Katsuragi's insistence, Nagamasa killed him to put an end.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life?
Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabukimono.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
is where you were born? It's pretty. But there's nobody here.
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first, but there's nothing for us here. We can't stay.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager died. And then my dad he kept coughing all the time.
But you can't.
Yup. We're family.
This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the balladeer after his mother died, the child stayed in their straw. After leaving Tatarasuna, the balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name.
What happened to the child?
He died from his illness while he was still very young.
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family! You're no different from... The voices have gone.
Let's keep going.
Time to go.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting. What you are truly is a weapon. One that could be wielded with an iron will. Or you could continue to drift aimlessly.
Are you trying to win me over?
The long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
This place is dark.
Paimon knows
in the original version of events.
Such a creepy atmosphere. Hey, look over there!
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me?
Huh. What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinate? Perhaps you find fighting in the abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in
What a sharp tongue you... Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your true...
Save your breath. I know what I have...
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible, and don't let your emotions get in the way.
Surely you're not worried about me.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never fail to find ways to complicate...
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, being tossed out like trash, must make you want to... Do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still suffering. Look at you. Oh, don't get so sad. Bye then. See you at the victory feast.
Poor little tongue? Forget it. Someone might find me here any...
The plot does not end here.
Yes.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results in your own interests. Isn't that right, witch?
Muddle-headed puppet.
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru. Is that?
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment in his place.
Welcome. I look forward to a fruitful collaboration.
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming a god is far from a trivial affair.
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible, in the event that a success...
Nothing worse than what I've been through.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was... Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the abyss.
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they think?
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again? That was uncomfortable to watch.
That person gives off a very sinister energy.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares the bejeebers out of Paimon.
Let's move on.
You're a god.
If you accept that he is you...
In your eyes?
Do you think there are any differences between your present self? Whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm...
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, no matter the consequences, can you return my memories to...
Huh? But...
I've always believed that human lives follow us as a puppet living in a human world.
Regaining your memories means reverting... Are you sure you...
I've lived with a void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. But then I met you. And I find... I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something, so I beg you.
Very well. Since your mind is made up, I will... You have made your decision. Now, take this.
Set him free.
A puppet? What's he doing here? You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nagamasa will be thrilled.
This is... my...
Is he alright? No way! Dang it!
All worthless dross will be purged. That's why this won't be the end.
This is trying my patience.
Have you got all your memories back now?
Questions? Quit following me. Insignificant. The wind rises upon the gale. Behold, at my command, you shall fall. Imbecile!
It disappeared.
What did you expect?
There's the tone of voice. Wait, but it was you.
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. You sound... But don't worry. Thanks to you...
The memory recovery...
Come on.
Welcome back, Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer.
If you...
You don't like being...
It's fine. But after learning about everything the doctor did, I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui.
So, you're quitting the Fatui?
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali.
But that doesn't mean your own...
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had. You weren't able to achieve it. I hope you... Changing the world, what you were looking for is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world will not heed your will.
Indeed.
Do you regret doing all...
Even if I'm completely worthless, Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't...
Yes, And I took pains to make sure that you...
Why would you go to such lengths?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was indeed a part of my plan. But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use you, then I'd be no different from the doctor.
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one of my virtues.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful again, so be it. Oh, right. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fated to end up with the best helpers. I can live with that.
I'm glad you're able to think of it in that way. Traveler, in the future, I'll continue to search Irminsul more deeply and see what secret, including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happened, but I will try.
Traveler. After I dove into the information torrent in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma? So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. And how? Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And I'll do everything I can to pay it back. Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships, but
that's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can be... I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing behind. There is no such thing as balancing the books. Some things in this world can never be brought back, and they can never be changed, which is why there is emotion in the human world. Everything that you feel is real and lasting, and whatever is missing in you will not be made whole. To be human is to live with imperfections. You can...
But humans can't...
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the...
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
Everything's ended up being pretty
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal.
Why?
Because...
Then I...
A name is... The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a...
No! Paimon only does nicknames! If it's a serious name you're after, it's all yours.
Have you got anything? Are you sure? Huh?
There. Now...
What about a nickname? Are you done? Take your time. I don't need it. Everyone who manipulated me,
You mean the Fatu?
the doctor.
Now that your stance has changed,
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. Well, I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you see them in Inazuma, even though the events have been
I see.
Huh?
it's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so... Alright. Goodbye, wise deity.
He's gone.
What he went through today would...
Yeah, true. But even so we can finally go eat?
Thank you both.
I've got it! I can end my novel with...
You mean because...
Yeah! I heard the dark cloud. Then all these expressions of joy melted down in the third... Life is a story...
Time to go. So many regrets.
It's about time we had a break. As soon as you stop, all the tiredness and hunger comes rush. Wow! Huh? Look at the Did someone break it while they were cleaning?
You sound lost and confused. I know why you are troubled.
Huh? Is there someone here?
Unfortunately, the fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed. When a small animal runs into a tree trunk, though the tree may sway, it is not displaced. Like a vase that falls to the ground.
Who are you?
History does not change easily.
The voices disappeared. And who the heck was that? And what were they doing? It feels wrong.
Yeah.